Shanti, top 10 points of today's murli. The Father says to everyone, consider yourselves to be souls. Remember the Father and your sins will be cut away in the fire of yoga. Everyone has become ugly by sitting on the pyre of lust. You receive this inheritance of happiness from the Father. You would not be alone in receiving it. There would definitely be a kingdom. It means that the Father is establishing a kingdom. God speaks, I teach you Raj Yoga. So this is a godly university. Your aim and objective is to become kings and queens, and so subjects too will definitely be created. If you were to see the temples now, you would explain to them that the highest on high is God, the Supreme Soul, the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. The Father is the one who gives happiness. This is a forest of thorns. The Father has come to make it into a garden of flowers. On the path of knowledge, there is just the one who is the ocean of knowledge. He alone is the purifier and the bestower of salvation for all. You definitely have to go through birth and rebirth. When you have taken your full 84 births, the Father has to come. Become very sweet and humble because of Maya the alligator. You are now receiving this knowledge, and so you will go and take birth in a great clan. You now have to become Sadopradhan Lords of Divinity. Today Baba says, if you were to see the temples now, you would explain to them that the highest on high is God, the Supreme Soul, the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Peace is the original religion of the soul. This is so because the original qualities of the soul are only the virtues and powers. When one is only filled with all the virtues and powers, one is peaceful, no vice will exist within you when you are in the original peaceful state. One is stable in the original religion of the soul when one is soul conscious. When one is established in the original religion of the soul, one will naturally behave in a virtuous, peaceful manner. During the first half cycle, since the people were constantly soul conscious, they were only under the influence of the original religion of the soul. So they were living a virtuous, peaceful life. When one has a virtuous lifestyle, due to constantly remaining stable in the original religion of the soul, one is putting the original religion of the soul into practice. It is only during the first half cycle that souls constantly remain soul conscious, and so they constantly remain stable in the original religion of the soul. It is only the people of the first half cycle who put the original religion of the soul into practice. This was why their world was peaceful. Since the people of the second half cycle are in the weaker ordinary state, they are not soul-conscious and they are capable of being overwhelmed by the vices. Hence, the people in the second half cycle are not living in a peaceful world. They are not capable of putting the original religion of the soul into practice. The human souls no longer had the ability to remain soul-conscious when the deities lost their divine state at the end of the Silver Age. Since the people were capable of getting nuded with the vices, spiritual and yogic practice were created so as to make sure that the people continued to live a peaceful, virtuous lifestyle. These practices became part of the Hindu religion that continued in place of the original eternal deity religion, Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma. Thus, the emphasis in Hinduism is in respect of how the life is lived, and this is why it is said that the Hindu religion is a way of living. The Hindu religion is the changed, matured form of the Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma. The people of the Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma practiced the original religion of the soul. The pure, divine, peaceful, virtuous way of life lived by the deities during the Golden and Silver Ages is the Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma. God established the Adi Sanatan Devi Devata Dharma through the Confluence Age. Adi means the first, from the beginning, or the original. Sanatan means ancient, eternal and beyond the dimension of time. Dharma means religion and way of life of the soul. Devi Devata means deities. From the beginning of the Copper Age, religions and codes of conduct were created to keep people on the virtuous, peaceful path. These religions included worship to God so that the people could turn to God for help when life is unbearable, painful, etc. The human beings who lived during the first half cycle did not practice any religion like how the people of the second half cycle do, because first they got everything they wanted since they were constantly soul-conscious. They did not have to worship God to ask Him for anything. It is only the people of the second half cycle who ask God for something or the other. They do not get everything they want due to the weaker state and the settling process. Second, they were naturally pure virtues, happy and content due to constantly remaining soul-conscious. The vices did not exist to trouble them, and so they were naturally putting the original religion of the soul into practice. It is only the people of the second half cycle who are troubled by the vices. Hence, they have to turn to God for help. Now, during the Confluence Age, through the elevated thinking process, we become soul-conscious. As a result, we experience peace, the original religion of the soul, and this influences us to conduct ourselves in a virtuous angelic manner. We do not have to follow any code of conduct that has been established for religions, because when we are soul conscious, we will automatically be living a virtuous lifestyle through just remembering Baba and the knowledge which he has given. We become soul conscious, so we remain stable in the original religion of the soul. As spiritual effort makers, we should make spiritual efforts to remain stable in the original religion of the soul while performing our daily activities. No matter what kind of situation you are in, you would be able to remain peaceful so long as you are soul conscious. You do not have to go anywhere to enjoy peace. You can enjoy the original peaceful state through remaining in the bodiless soul conscious stage. Constantly remain stable in the original religion of the soul through seeing yourself as the soul seated on its seat at the center of the forehead. The more you see yourself as the soul, an embodiment of peace, the higher the spiritual stage you attain and the greater you are stabilized in the original religion of the soul. As you keep remembering that you are the soul, you absorb, imbibe the knowledge that you are the soul. So you, the soul, along with your intellect, get empowered by the words in the knowledge through God's sounds of silence which accompany the words in the knowledge. Consequently, you experience the final stage of absorption through which you become stable in the original religion of the soul. Based on my experiences, I will say that life is very good and peaceful when we are stable in the original religion of the soul. No matter what is happening around me, I am able to remain peaceful when I am making spiritual efforts to remember Baba. I remain peaceful because I have been stabilized in the original religion of the soul through my spiritual effort making. You can also have a peaceful and blissful life through using this elevated thinking process. Om Shanti.